Hadith 31. May Allah be pleased with him, said, a man came to the Prophet and said, O Allah's Messenger, guide me to a deed which if I act upon, Allah will love me and the people will love me. So Allah's Messenger said, don't be engrossed with the pleasures of this world. Allah will love you, and don't look forward to that in the hands of the people. The people will love you. A Hasan Hadith collected by Ibn and others. Commentary. This is a marvelous hadith. The scholars have mentioned that it is one of the mainstays of Islam, which the Muslim should adopt. This man came to ask the Prophet about an action which, if he does, Allah will love him, and the people will love him as well. This is no doubt a lofty deed. If Allah loves you and the people love you too, this is bliss, that is bliss, and abundant goodness, that no one should hate you. What is the action by which you would attain Allah's pleasure and the people's pleasure? This contains evidence that the pleasure of the people is desirable as long as it does not contain sin and disobedience. The Prophet said, don't be engrossed with the pleasure of this world. Allah will love you, and don't look forward to that. In the hands of the people. The people will love you means foregoing. That is to say, foregoing the worldly things. It does not mean you should abandon what you need and sufficient earning for you and lawful acquisition. This is prohibited. However, it means that you should abandon what you are not in need of. Zud does not mean abandoning permissible things that you require, you and your children. Rather means giving up the excess you don't require of the worldly things. A Muslim should be moderate in his earning. He should not shoot tirelessly for worldly things while he has what would suffice him. This is the principle. Don't be engrossed with the pleasures of this world. Allah will love you. If you are moderate regarding the worldly things, Allah will love you. This contains praise for Zuhd in regard to what a person does not require. This is evidence also that Allah loves His believing servants. It contains an ascription of the attribute of love, to love as He hates and dislikes. The love of Allah, the Exalted, is not like the love of the creatures, and His hatred and dislike is not like the hatred of and dislike of the creatures. His are as they befit Him. Glorious and exalted is He, like the rest of His attributes. It shows that the scholars should be asked about matters of the religion. This man asked the Prophet about it. He did not invent anything from himself, because whoever innovates anything in the religion from himself becomes an innovator. The fact that you seek nearness to Allah with something the Messenger has not come with, thinking that it is good, is an innovation, evil and rejected. Issues of the religion are inquired about the Messenger, and then the scholars after him, who are the inheritors of the prophets. Do not embark on something seeking nearness to Allah therewith without knowing whether it is from the religion or not. He's saying, and don't look forward to that in the hands of the people. The people will love you. Do not crave for what is in the hands of the people, because if you yearn for what is in their hands and ask them, they will hate. This is because they dislike and do not desire to giving what they have. So do not embarrass them if you want them to love you. Do not beg them. Seek assistance from Allah, the Mighty and Sublime, as much as possible. But if you are pressed to ask, it is allowed during need or dire necessity. Yet, as much as possible, be free of what from the people, because when you overburden them, they will hate you. Like the saying of the one who said, do not ask the children of Adam of any need. Ask the one whose doors are never closed. Allah gets angry if you abandon asking him. But the children of Adam get angry when they are asked. Allah gets angry if you abandon asking him. But the children of Adam get angry when they are asked. When you ask the people, they will hate you. But if you ask Allah the Mighty and Sublime, He will love you, because He is the richest and most generous. This is the principle if you desire the deed for which Allah will love you, and the people will love you. Don't be engrossed with the pleasures of this world. Allah will love you, and don't look long for what is in the hands of the people. The people will love you. Hadith 32. May Allah be pleased with him, said that Allah's Messenger said, there should be no harming or reciprocation of harm. Others in Musnad from his father, from the Prophet, and he did not mention, and it has chains which strengthen one another. This hadith was reported from two paths, from the angle of its chain. The first of a Musnad linked path, linked to the Prophet, to the second a morsel connected path, in which the companion was not mentioned, and that was in that which is reported by a student of the companions from the Messenger, while a Musnad is what a companion reports from the Messenger. However, the hadith is strong considering its various chains, together as stated by the author. He mentioned that it has various paths which strengthen one another. His saying, there should be no harming or reciprocation of harm. It is said, there is no difference between the both of them, and that the word is the same thing as, and that they were repeated by way of emphasis, is what harms a person from among what contains harm or deficiency. What is desired is that a person should bring benefit, and not to cause harm. He should benefit himself and the people. He should not harm himself or any other. The opposite of harm is benefit. It also said that there is a difference between the both of them. So a darar is from the angle of one person. La dara, as it occurs in the Arabic text, would mean harm should not come from you to the people. As for ad-dirar, it expresses mutual participation. You should not harm the one who harms you. You should rather show kindness, forgiveness, and pardon. This is from the characters of the believers. Allah the Exalted But whoever pardons and makes reconciliation, his reward is due from Allah. It is similar to the saying of the Prophet, do not betray whoever betrays you. And the basic rule, retaliation is allowed and it is justice, but forgiveness is the best because it is a merit. Allah the Exalted said, and the retribution for an evil act is an evil one like it. This is retaliation. This is retaliation. But whoever pardons and makes reconciliation, his reward is due from Allah. So retribution is allowed, but pardon is the better thing. Therefore, if anyone happens to cause you harm, do not retaliate. Do not retaliate. With the like of it, this is the best and more desirous, because the one whom you forgave would become a friend. Allah the Exalted said, the good deed and the evil deed cannot be equal. Repel the evil with one which is better. Allah ordered the faithful believers to be patient at the time of anger and to excuse those who treat them badly. Then verily he between whom and you there was enmity will become as though he was a close friend, but none is granted it the above quality except those who are patient. The quality cannot be attained by everyone. It can only be attained by the patient ones. The one who is not patient cannot pardon. As for the one who is patient, he can forgive, because forgiveness of the evildoer is difficult. One on the souls. It requires patience, since an individual would instinctively seek revenge. So, refraining from retaliation deserves patience. Allah the Exalt. But none is granted it, the above quality, except those who are patient, and none is granted it except the owner of the great portion of the happiness in the hereafter. Paradise in this world of a high moral character. So if you desire the merit of forgiveness, be patient over it. Do not obey your instinct that urges you to revenge the one who harmed you. So this would be, and Allah knows best, the meaning of his saying, there should be no harm from one angle. Do not harm the people, just as you will not be pleased to be.